Take two in the
Hey.
lab with Cailah Brock. My name is Patricia Corbett, and I am the owner of Just a Sister and Girl in a Tie Productions, and we are in the Just a Sister layer. Cailah Brock and myself, she is a super trainer and the author of a new book, Design Your Body. And I'm excited because Cailah's holding the book in her hand, and I was blessed to be a part of that process. So let's start with you, Cailah. Tell us a little bit about how you got on this path to write this book.
I've never really considered myself an author, never thought about writing a book, but being in fitness and being in health and wellness and all that field, I decided to write my thoughts down, decided to write what I know down, because I would have a lot of people calling me, asking me questions, Facebook and email, and every time they asked me something regarding health, wellness, fitness, I always had an answer. And it wasn't just a yes, no, or a quick thing. It was a long, drawn-out answer with an explanation. And so I began to think, why not put that down? Why not start writing about it? And so I got into literally writing the book. I've had the outline for about 2 years almost. Just wrote an outline, let it sit for about a year, and then I came back to it this past February.
What's interesting about what you just said is that you let it sit for a little while. In the process of letting it sit, did you have clients? Like, what was happening? Would people see you running around the track and go, "Oh my God, she has a great body. I want to look like her"? Like, how did you start with your clients? So you had this percolation for the book, but you didn't write it. So what were you doing in the meantime?
In the meantime, I was working on my business, which is the Rock Solid Fitness LLC. And so I was working with clients, doing some speaking engagements. I didn't think about it. I literally wrote the outline, had it set. It's like, And I went on about regular work and day-to-day life with the Rock Solid Fitness.
And what is day-to-day life for Cailah? What do you do, Cailah? Do you just train? Do you just, what exactly does Cailah do?
Well, I do a lot, from, of course, training, from coaching. So personal training. Then I'm a strength and conditioning coach. I do some health coaching and nutrition consultations. And so, staying up on email and Facebook with people that are communicating, asking me questions. Like, I really like to stay engaged with my clients and draw more clients in, because word of mouth is the best way to get it out. But also, I'm really engaged with the community. If people ask me something, I want to be the one that can actually help them and not just say, well, you have to pay me this. I want to really be able to get down and help. But yes, it does happen. I will be on the track or running or working out, and someone just run by and kind of look at me, almost fall because they're staring at me.
They're staring at her because she's hot. Don't let her fool you with that.
But yeah, I remember I hooked up with one guy. He saw me doing abs on the track, and he was just like, "Man, you win. So we ended up exchanging communications, and we stayed in communication ever since. And he'll purchase services every now and again for what he's trying to do. So it works out.
So you sound like solely an entrepreneur. Do you have a day job?
I do. Currently, I have a day job. My goal is to, get this book off the ground and really get it moving, as well as encouraging and increasing the amount of speaking engagements that I have, so I can go full time. I started the Rock Solid Fitness LLC back in 2006, and so I've been moving, part time with that. But my goal is to really get down and promote the book and promote my business. So I almost have 3 facets of what I do. So the Rock Solid Fitness LLC, which is the performance training and wellness consulting. And then I have now the book, which is the official product, if you will, not just the services. And then I have the speaking that I do. So again, I go around the country speaking on different things: health, wellness, diabetes, fitness, anything. And so those 3 areas that, kind of my expertise are what I'm going to be focusing on to have that draw enough revenue so that I can support myself and go full time with just the Rock Solid Fitness.
Okay. She's not talking about all the other great things that she does. She's like an all-around entrepreneur, and I really feel happy that Cailah and I met because I mentioned that she's a trainer, but she's also my trainer, and I have had the pleasure of editing Cailah's book with her, and also being a little bit of a product of the work that she does. And so it's an exciting time, I think, for both of us.
Definitely.
Right?
She's gonna get this soon.
I get a copy of this book, right?
I mean abs. We're gonna get there soon.
Abs? Clearly, you can only see me here, and I will not be showing my tummy. But I do feel good that we're on camera, and I don't like to be on camera.
Yeah.
but I am 20 pounds thinner now.
Since we started.
Since Cailah and I started, and I feel great. I really want to talk a little bit about not as much our editing relationship, but that trainer-client relationship, because I wasn't like the best client.
I didn't say it.
I wasn't always as committed as I needed to be, but what I will say is it spoke a lot to your training, because you never made me feel bad that I, went like a week or two and I didn't work out, or my knee was killing me and I couldn't push through. And I think that's a testament to the type of trainer that you are.
Thank you.
Which is awesome, because a lot of people fall off. And so kind of like, what did you tell me? Like, do you remember what you told me when I fell off and I wasn't working out, and I was being honest that I wasn't working out? Do you remember what you told me?
It was mainly like life happens. You know, we all have the same 24 hours, but the goal is to, when you fall, you're going to fall. We know that we're going to fall, but the goal is to get back up and keep it moving. You know, my mom always talks about just make it work. Right. Something happened, doesn't matter, just make it work. And so I always encourage you, okay, let's get it next time. When's the next workout? You know, give me your schedule, give me your plan. Like, we had our plan set in place, but when are you able to get it?
Right. Like, Cailah set me up on this great plan. It started with some what will become my before shots of what I look like physically.
Our measurements. And I got
she measured me, which if you're shy about your body and you don't want your trainer to measure you, you got to give in, right? And so that actually was the first time I actually like really saw myself and realized that I wanted a different body, and that's what spoke to me about the premise of your book and that consistent theme of, you don't have to settle for the way that you look. At any point you can change that. And what was beautiful about working with you, reading the book and editing the book, is that it was a constant reminder that, okay, I fell off today, but I gotta get back up.
I want to go back to something you said. You said that when you took those pictures, that was kind of your first realization of what you looked like. Versus, you're in the shower every day, you look at yourself. But what was that process like? What changed in your mind? Or what kind of made you think that now I'm looking at myself on page or on picture that I need to do something? What made you think that?
I just didn't like what I saw. It's easy to fantasize about your body in the mirror, and to look at yourself from the waist up and not really look at all your nuances because you're covered with clothing. And I didn't take nude photos. I just want to say that.
No, we didn't do nudes.
We didn't do nudes. But, just being able to see myself and my entire body, because I wasn't looking in a full length mirror, and that makes a big difference, right? And so I'm not seeing my body. And then once I saw what it actually looked like, I said, you know what? I really want to be in better shape. And I want to do that for me, not for somebody else. I think sometimes when we get on this weight loss thing or we want to be healthier, sometimes we want to do it for other reasons. We want to do it to be more attractive to people and all of that. But after seeing that, I realized I wanted to do that for me, right? I wanted to look good when I put on out of my clothes and in my clothes. I want to look great, and I want to have this. I want to have this. I don't know if I'm going to have that, but that is my goal. So I think one of the first steps is to really be realistic about what you look like,
Definitely.
And so once I saw things jiggling, I was like, that's not me. I want to redesign what I look like, because I didn't always look this way, and I don't always want to be showing flashback photos, right?
Yeah, I understand that.
So I'm like, girl, I was hot.
Throwback Thursday.
Throwback Thursday. I'm all thin, and then I'm like, let me show some more thin pictures, and how can I take this picture at an angle to make myself look thinner? So I think it's the realization, and that's the first thing you have to do, is just to be really honest with yourself about the way you look, and ask yourself, are you happy?
And that's the thing, like, not everyone, number one, is happy with what they look like, but also people, they want to look like a supermodel. And we all know that those individuals are less than 2% of the entire population of the world, not just the United States, but of the world. And we have to look at what is healthy for me as an individual. Healthy for me as an individual may look something different than healthy for another person. And so what we did is we sat down, you know, we got your measurements, got your pictures, we got your goals. That's the biggest thing. Everything I do is catered off of your goals. And then I add the science behind that. And then that's how we created the plan to get the 20 pounds off. So we've got something big in December, right?
Right. So my goal when I started with Cailah 3 months ago, my goal was to lose 54 pounds, which would put me at the 200 mark, which is still heavy for my height, but definitely taking a lot of pressure off my joints and my body. And so 34 more pounds by the first of the year, my goal was that I would have that all 54 pounds off. And so now I'm getting a little nervous because everybody says the first 20 is easy, and the first 20 was not easy. You know, it wasn't easy for me. And now I'm wondering, you know, how am I going to get to the 34 pounds? You know, and who's going to buy my new wardrobe? Because nothing fits right now, you know. So I'm like struggling. But it's an exciting time. And
I remember when you called me when you were able to fit into your gold shirt.
Yes, right? Oh my God, I have this pink shirt that I really wanted to wear, and me, pink, I know I don't really look like I wear pink, but I really wanted to wear this pink shirt, and it was so tight on my arms that I couldn't wear it publicly, you know. And the first time that I could wear it and actually button all of the buttons all the way down was exciting for me. And I think that all I needed was that little spark, you know, to keep me not just on the fitness piece, but eating healthier, to the point where when I crave something I really want and then I eat it, I'm disappointed.
Good. Very good.
It's like eating potato chips is like eating a bag of salt. You know, I find I can't process the same way, and so the biggest encouragement that I would give as a client is not give up. You know, because you fall off, because you don't work out as often as you really want to, because you're right, life does happen. You should never give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. I'm a product of putting it off, and once I became more consistent with my thinking, right? So I had to change my thinking around the whole, my food and what it does for me.
Exactly.
Once I did that, that changed everything for me. So, design your body. Cailah and I are going to work out today. We haven't done that yet. That's why I look all refreshed.
Yeah, she looks okay now.
Yeah, but we're going to have after video, I'm sure. Cailah, the book coming out. Tell me a little bit about what we can expect. I think that you have an electronic version.
Yes.
And you have a actual book. So tell me about the ebook, and then tell me about the paperbook. How are you going to market what you're doing?
Well, what I'm doing for marketing is communicating with friends, family, Facebook, sorority, sisters, fraternity brothers, any network that I have. I'm communicating. Again, last night I was at an event where I could promote the book and pass out flyers, do some things. So everything I'm doing, again, is it's really me getting out and pushing. But I'm looking forward to getting a team that can help me as my business grows. But with the book itself, it's actually really awesome. It starts from goal planning and it hits you all the way through the entire process. You know, a lot of times you will read a book on weight loss. Not most people have read some type of book or read stuff on weight loss because most people want to lose weight in some fashion. But what's different about this book is that number one, it takes you for where you are. It's sign this, circle this, highlight this, calculate this, you know, to get you to the point where, all right, this is my image of myself. Not just a picture, but this is a physiological image. I have my measurements. I have my goals that I've written down. I've gone through a process of writing specific goals or SMART goals, if you will. And from those goals, the book allows you to literally create an exercise path and a plan. In the book, it's about moving from where you are currently to creating an entirely new lifestyle. Because our lifestyle is what got us to this point. It's what got us to where we are today. And so the book isn't about dieting. It's not about anything that's temporary. It's about creating a new lifestyle. And it has pitfalls and it has battles in there because we know that's what we're going to do. I still face battles when I exercise. I absolutely hate running. I hate it. I ran Division I track when I was in college. I coached Division I track. But I still to this day hate running. But I know if I want to have a certain body look, or if I want to look a certain way, that's what I have to do. But that doesn't mean that I'm still challenged when I run. Every other corner is like, okay, we can stop, we can slow down, walk the curve, you know, just walk this one out. And I still face those on a day-to-day basis, and a lot of people may not realize that these thoughts are normal. You know, one more crunch, I can get a taco. I saw this on Facebook the other day. It was hilarious. But, you know, again, it's about creating a lifestyle. It's not about putting yourself through diets or through things that you cannot maintain. If you can't maintain it, you're not going to see the changes. Or if you can see the changes, you're going to go up and down. We all know of individuals and people who have just gone up and down with their weight because they got on a track, it was good, and then they fell off. So it's, again, about creating an entire lifestyle for your nutrition, for your cardiovascular exercise, as well as resistance training. So one of the main things that I introduce in this book is something that I call the Trinity of Health and Wellness.
Yes, the Trinity. What's in the Trinity?
The Trinity of Health and Wellness is literally the 3 key aspects. We all know about being healthy, but what does that mean? You know, we all know about nutrition. Okay, we know, you know, the old food guide pyramid, we can kind of understand that we generally know what's good and what's not in general. But then you hear exercise. Exercise comes in more than just one fashion. So the Trinity talks about nutrition as a key figure, cardiovascular exercise and endurance, as well as resistance training. We've got to eat healthy, okay? We've got to work on our cardiovascular system because, again, you know, your pulmonary system, your blood, your heart, your lungs, and things that actually allow us to move and to be to move through life very easily. As our cardiovascular system. But we also have to work on our muscles, our resistance training. A lot of people, they will just go run and run and run and run, but their muscles are very weak. And so as we age, you know, if we fall, our muscles, our bones, become very brittle. And so with that, you have to make sure that you keep up on your resistance training, because all 3 of those is what creates a healthy individual. You can't be healthy with just nutrition. You can't be healthy with just running. Same thing as you can't be healthy with just resistance training. It's that Trinity that we have to work in together.
The Trinity, everything comes in 3s. So, so what was it like working with me? What was it like working with me? Let's start with just the editing. Then we talk a little about the workout. But what was it like working with an editor? And sending your work off and having it come back with a whole bunch of edits.
Yeah, it first started out really scary because, you know, you put your work out there and it's just like, man, this is my baby, what am I going to do? And then the first time we met to get the edits back, I was just like, oh no, I'm back in school, I'm going to have all these red marks. And
I used a red pen on her manuscript. Yeah, well, you know, what's interesting is no matter what your area of work you are in, when you decide that you want to have an undertaking like that, it takes you out of your comfort zone, right? So I'm out of my comfort zone in exercising, right? And the Trinity and knowing how to take care of my body, and you're having to do the same things. So we both had we started out like on the same page but in different places, right? And so working with you was really easy because you were okay with all of those edits. You never once said, no, oh my God, she's giving me too many edits. You were just fine with it, and we worked through it, and now we have this wonderful book here.
And one thing that was awesome about the way that Patricia did the editing is as she read, she learned my style. You know, she saw how I was writing. She saw the things that I was strong in. She saw the things that I needed to improve on. You know, okay, we need to add this here. Let's lighten this up because I can get very scientific, as you see. So, you know, she gave me some great advice and some tips as where to add certain things, but also language. You know, what's a better way to say something. So it was really amazing. She sent me the edits back. You know, I was able to put those in, change some more wording around, and got a final product. And I'm pleased. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm extremely pleased.
Well, we've been in the Justice Sister layer, and I'm Patricia, and this is Cailah, Health Coach Brock.
Cailah, Health Coach Brock. This
there
is my
you go.
logo.
There's her logo. There's her T-shirt. Here's her book.
Yes.
We talked about the paperback book. What about the ebook?
The ebook.
Tell me a little bit about the ebook, because that's the new wave. right?
Definitely.
People don't always want to hold a copy like me. I want to have the copy.
Exactly. So what I did was, I know that a lot of people, they like to have the physical copies, but with technology today, we have our phones, we have our iPods, our Kindles, everything. And so I made it available on ebook as well. The only difference with the ebook is that in the book there are a lot of things where you have to circle, highlight, fill this out, calculate this. But in the ebook, if you purchase an ebook, great, but also make sure that you have a notebook that you can follow along with, because there's goal setting in there. Again, it teaches you how to create your own exercise plan. And so with the ebook, as you're turning it and as you're reading through and scrolling through, you've got to be able to highlight certain things. You've got to be able to go back and on your notebook keep track of where you are, because the whole purpose is it's almost like a workbook. Because again, it takes you from where you are to where you want to go. And also, if you hit a plateau, it teaches you how to get past that plateau and how to reassess and readjust your own plan to get past that. But for the hard copy and for the ebook, all of these are available on Amazon. They're available on Barnes & Noble. You can go to any library because it's part of their global distribution system and ask the library to order it in. You can get it from my website, which is www.cailahhealthcoachbrock.com. Cailah is Cailah. CailahHealthCoachBrock.com. You can get it from my publisher, which is lulu.com/design-your-body.
I'm telling you, she's totally ready. She can see all this. And you can't see it because it's probably really tiny. She has this really sexy picture on the back of it. Cailah didn't mention that she's also a model, which is wonderful. And how beautiful is it that when you have a trainer who also has the grace and beauty to be a model.
Thank you.
Everyone can do that. Now you're seeing her casual right now. You haven't seen anything till you see her work out in a long dress and pumps.
It's happened before.
Yes, so she will coach you in a flowing dress. So once again, I'm Patricia Corbett. I've been sitting in the Justice Sister lair with Cailah Brock, the new author of Design Your Body. And if you don't have a copy, here's your chance. Cailah, give them the information again so they know where they can find this wonderful book.
Definitely. Again, it's Design Your Body, your guide to cutting through the fat. It's available at www.cailahhealthcoachbrock.com. You can get it from Amazon, from Barnes & Noble, from any library that has a global distribution system. So your public libraries. The ebooks all are available. You can also, again, get it from my publisher, which is lulu.com/designyourbody. And I do want to give a definite thanks and appreciation to Patricia for working with me through this. I know that part wasn't easy after, I beat you up and when we work out together. But the editing process was absolutely amazing. I'm extremely pleased with how the book turned out. I also want to give a big thanks and shout out to Defina Lazarus Stewart. She actually wrote the summary for the book, so she's on the back of the book. She was absolutely amazing in reading through and kind of saying, this is really good. She told me what people were looking to see and what people were looking to hear, and I was able to add that. And also Jason White, again, he added to the book, and also Allison Caudell did the foreword. So I want to thank all the people that were involved in helping me create this book, because again, it's a team effort. We all do these things together. And I'm looking forward to see how this team effort turns out.
Okay, so any final words, Cailah?
Don't quit.
Don't quit.
Don't quit.
Don't quit.
The biggest problem with people that, they go towards goals is that they stop before they see success. And know if you're in an airplane, you have to run a long time before you can actually get up to the air. So don't quit.
Design your body.
Design your body. Find me on Facebook, CailahHealthCoachBrock.com, Instagram, Cailah Health Coach Brock, Twitter, Coach Cailah, YouTube, Cailah Brock. I'm everywhere. If you type in Cailah Health Coach Brock, you've got me.
You've got her. Design your body.
Design your body. Thank you.
All right, let's see. I should have set for a little bit longer. It takes longer than you think. Now, what would be really funny?